Hey everyone, and welcome back to Drawing Guidance Tutorials. In this video, you're gonna learn how to draw Dark Wolf from Beyblade. Alright, so right here is the completed outline of Dark Wolf. Alright, so all you need to know for this drawing is that basically the word wolf over here, the fangs, the teeth, its fur, and that's basically all you need to know. Alright, so don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to do this. Alright, you're not at the end or anything, so don't check. Alright, so basically I'm just going to give you the brief version of how I do things on this channel. Alright, so basically what you're going to do is that you want to make sure, oops, I think I created one too many layers with it. Okay, so all you want to do is that you want to make sure that you have two layers, right? So on your screen you should have two layers with a blank canvas. Alright, so you should have something like this: two layers, a blank canvas. Alright, so this layer right here, the top layer, what you're gonna have is the dots. Alright, now if you're doing this on paper, I would recommend you to use crosses instead of dots, because I know, because I was doing this on paper too, that when you can't draw circles, you kind of do it again and again. You're kind of just shading it, so you're making it darker. And when you're going to erase it in the end, when you're going to connect all the lines, all right, of course in a masterpiece layer, right, you don't expect to see your drawing with dots like this, right? No, you don't. You just want to see it, okay, like this. Now if you do this on paper, I know that sometimes when you're drawing a circle, you tend to darken it, okay, by doing it over and over and over again. And well, this will in turn kind of makes it, when you try to erase it, it will kind of create this black smudge around your drawing, basically ruins your hard work drawing. All right, so use a cross, it's easy. Remember, when you're doing the cross, do it lightly. All right, do not really press down your pencil so hard. That'll be when you're connecting the lines, and when you're connecting the lines, especially for those who are doing it on paper, you really have to use a ruler. All right, because when you're going to connect the lines, and if you're doing it hard, there is no kind of like a second chance, right? Because when you're doing it hard, you erase it. Unfortunately, sometimes there will be a smudge, right? A black smudge, the lead just spills out everywhere, and I'm very sorry, there's nothing really you can do about it. If you try to erase it too many times, your paper might tear or something like that. Alright, so yeah, it's really a gamble. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to start off with doing the wolf. Alright, now you guys can kind of use this lines over here, this opaque lines, as kind of like reference. Alright, okay, so at certain points of the video, for example, once I'm done doing this one, I'll actually let you guys pause the video to kind of take down the lines. Alright, these lines over here. Now of course you can pause the video anytime you like. Alright, it depends on when you're comfortable, or if you feel that you can absorb everything, you want to go on ahead, then sure, go ahead. But the times where I kind of say pause the video, that kind of thing, it's more like the recommended time. Alright, so we're going to start right now with doing the tip. Now the tip is basically just a triangle, alright, without connecting the lines like this. Now if you notice, the left and the right side down here are almost similar. Alright, they kind of have this pattern right here. Okay, they kind of this part over here, they kind of this part over here, it's almost the same. Alright, so basically what you need to know is the general structure of it. For example, from this part over here, this part over here, it goes down like this, okay, and it goes down like this right here. Basically you need to know that it doesn't directly connect. Right, this purple color line over here, I will explain it to you guys later. Alright, but just know that they're kind of separate. That's basically the kind of general thing you need to know, general structure. So you can start off with doing, let's say for this video, let's say I'm going to do it towards the left. Alright, so doing towards the left is going to be like this. You're going to make a curve, right? You're going to make another curve. Okay, remember at this point you're going to try and make it smoothly. Alright, going to make the curve kind of transition in a smooth way. Alright, next over here you're going to bring it down, okay, and at this point you're going to mark it so it's going to curve like this. Alright, next from this point over, you're going to bring it up. Okay, now you can either bring it up all the way like this and then create a curve that goes down, or what you can do is that you can create a point over here. So basically just kind of like a curve a little bit, and you can make a straight line going like this, a straight line going down, and a curve that goes like this, or you can just simply make it a curved line like this. Alright, completely up to you. Okay, now this point over here, as you can see down here, it kind of makes it go down a little bit, it curved like this, and it curves the other way around, right? And it's going to connect onto this point right here. Alright, now so at this point right here, okay, the bottom point, you should already be going to use a ruler down here. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay, let's see. Alright, so at this point right here, you should almost be about halfway or slightly there. Alright, yeah, so sorry, let me just go back again. Alright, yeah, so you should be somewhere around the middle point already, right? Now, okay, you're going to continue on. So you're going to make a curve like this. Alright, you're going to curve it down again. Okay, make sure they have this sharp point over here like this. Alright, next we're going to bring it down a straight line. You're going to make another straight line like this. This is a curved line, and a big curve like this. Alright, next over here, what you're going to do is that you're going to create a small point like this. It's going to be a straight line just like this, a small straight line, and you're going to bring it up all the way until here. Now you can either choose to do a slightly curved line, or just simply recommended just do a straight line. Alright, so next we're going to do the same thing. Okay, you're going to make this line again, you're going to bring it up. Don't worry about this line over here, right? Not really important right now. Again, you're going to bring it up, or what you can do is that you can just make a point over here. So you're basically going to do this. Alright, okay, so when you're going to pause, we're going to pause when we reach this point over here, which are coming soon. Alright, but of course you guys can pause at any time. Alright, so again, you're going to make a curve after this point over here. You're going to bring it down, and you're going to make a huge curve until this point right here. So you're going to make a huge curve. You can make it until over here. You can do a straight line, and then a straight line like this, or what you can do is simply from this point to this point, just make a nice smooth curve like this. Okay, try and make it curved, and from this point just bring it down a straight line like this. Alright, so yeah, now okay, so what you guys can do right now is kind of pause the video. Remember to switch the layer. Alright, so the layer that I'm using to do the dots is the top layer. Remember to switch it down to the bottom layer right here. Okay, so yeah, pause the video, and yeah, you can use this lines to kind of take down the drawing. Okay, so once we're done with that, alright, we're gonna move on to doing the fence. Alright, so over here we're just gonna draw a line like this. Okay, a curved line, and at one point it should be kind of straight, so it's gonna be straight, and it gonna goes curved like this. Something like what you're doing over here. It's like kind of going straight, then it curves like this, something like that. Alright, now the other way you can do it is you can make a straight line, and you can make another straight line. Alright, completely fine. Now you're going to do the fence, right? So from this point, it's very important, you're going to create two parts. One is going to go up over here like this. So at this point, just draw it a little bit forward. Can be over here, can be maybe over here, doesn't matter, depends on how big your fang you want your fang to be. Okay, now from this point you're going to create another part over here like this. Right, now I'm going to show you how to do the bottom part because it's the bottom part is actually very simple. Alright, it's basically following the same pattern. So we're going to create a curve like this, going to curve up, going to curve down, going to curve up, curve down. Basically you're just trying to make curved lines like this. Alright, curve up and curve down. Okay, next this part is going to curve up again. Okay, because we're going to make the fang. Now this part I recommend you guys to kind of do it a bit higher, or if you want you can just make it at the same height, up to you. And you're going to bring it down. Okay, now for this part right here, I kind of make the fang shorter a little bit. Alright, now if you notice I made this fang fatter but shorter, and this fang is longer but skinnier, thinner. Yeah, thinner, that's the word. Alright, so it's thin but it's long. This is thick but it's short. Alright, so there must be a balance. Alright, you can't have a thick fang with a which is going out super long, and a skinny fang, a thin fang which is super short. Alright, no, that's not the way it's done. So now you guys can kind of pause the video, remember to switch the layer, and you can just take down these lines. Okay, now we're going to go on to the upper part. Alright, now this part is where it kind of gets a bit confusing. There's so many weird patterns to follow. Okay, but don't worry, just stick along. Alright, you're gonna draw it down. You're gonna draw a line like this. Let's go down. You're gonna create like what we did, something like this over here, curve. Well, except for this curve and this curve, they aren't really the same. Now for example, you know this curve is going this way, this curve is going this way. Now this curve is going from the, now it's kind of like inversed. Alright, so basically it's the same but just flipped around. Okay, now this point over here, you're going to draw it like this. Okay, make a curved line like this, or if you want it to be a straight line, up to you. Okay, make a curved line like this. I will plot out a point over here, so I know it's going to be curved, and a straight line over here and curved over here. Next, I'm going to make a point like this over here. Okay, curving down. Make a U shape like this. Make a point straight up like this, and this point right here, it should nicely connect down to this point right here. So pause the video, and carefully take down these lines. Although these sizes, if you want, it can be a bit shorter, a bit longer, because to be very frank, the only points that really matter is going to be this and this. Alright, so yeah, if you want your fang to be as long as this, then obviously you're gonna have to make your fang over here thinner, right? So maybe it should end somewhere over here, or even if it ends over here, the curve should not be too large like what I did over here. Alright, now if that's the case, then the following parts, when I'm doing this part over here, you kind of have to adjust it yourself too. Alright, because make sure that the space over here isn't too much. Alright, just a little bit like this. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. Remember to switch the layer, pause the video, and take down the lines. Alright, so once you're done with that, okay, we're going to move on to doing the right side now. I know we're not completely finished with the left side. Let's just do the right side and complete the top portion of it. Alright, so again the same thing, a curved line like this, and then it goes down. Okay, basically just like this side. Alright, now the length, if you want, you can make them the same, or if you want, you can make them different. Alright, doesn't actually matter too much. Okay, now if you're going to make them different, make sure you don't make them too different. Alright, make sure that one doesn't come all the way until down like this, and the other one stops at somewhere over here. No, try to make them the same, or else if it's a little bit different, for example, when I was doing this, I'm going to admit I did a mistake, an error, which means that they both aren't the same, and I was too tired to kind of fix it. But the good thing was that if you adjust this part over here, make it thinner over here, okay, make sure that they both kind of at least seem to be about the same. Then if you zoom out, you look at your drawing like this, if you know you want to take it in all, actually it doesn't even kind of, it's not even noticeable. Alright, it's kind of just invisible right there. So yeah, that's the good thing about this. Alright, now I'm gonna continue on. From this point you're gonna make a curve like this. Alright, it's something different we're doing over here right now. Okay, but if you really want, you can kind of take it up to somewhere around this point right here. Okay, now over here you're going to draw a straight line up. Okay, a straight line down. Make sure that you have this nice sharp point over here. You're going to bring it down. Okay, you're going to bring it up to this point right here. Okay, make sure that they're all straight lines. All right, now over here you're going to curve. We're going to have a curved line over here and a straight line that goes down. Okay, you're going to make a curve like this, a straight line. Okay, if you want, you can take it over something like this over here. Basically like the same thing, you're going to create the curved line like what we just did just now, and you're going to stop here. All right, we're not going to continue on with the bottom part. All right, so at this point in time, you guys can remember to switch the layer and take down the points. Okay, all right, so once we're done with that, we're going to move on with this point right here. All right, because it actually connects on to this point right here. Okay, now I know that we said that we start off with the left, but left was just to do this point right here. The right side, however, it has this point that connects on to everywhere. Okay, it connects down over here to the bottom, it goes on every single way. All right, so we're going to start off with doing this part. All right, so we're going to cut the video at points over here. Okay, and towards the end. All right, so this is going to be quite a lot, so yeah, bear with me. Right, so I'm going to create a straight line like this. Okay, make sure that your straight line isn't too much. Right, if you make a straight line too much over here, you're going to have to extend the lines over here. All right, there must be a order for things. Right, there must be a balance. You're going to create a curved line, straight line, make sure that it's not extending outwards, but the same line over here like this, a curved line, straight line down, a curved line, curved, and curved to this point over here. All right, okay, so pause the video and take down these points. It's quite important. Remember to switch the layer. Alright, so once we're done with that, we're going to move on to doing the left side right now. Alright, from this point over, you're going to make a curve, and like the same thing, almost the same thing right here. You're going to kind of create the curve like this, like what we kind of did for this point right here. So like I was saying from the very beginning, it's almost the kind of like the same thing. Alright, so in case you have kind of this arrow like this down here, okay, just make sure that they aren't so different. Alright, because actually when you zoom out, when you do the coloring and all that, you won't even notice. Like for example, let me ask you, alright, this honest question. When you looked at the thumbnail from this video, did you notice these small differences over here? Over here, do you even notice them, or were you paying attention towards the colors that I used, the overall image of it? Okay, so yeah, that's the main question you want to ask. Alright, now if you feel that you were paying attention to the close details, then maybe you may be a very calculated person, you want everything to be in the exact order, then yes, please go ahead and make sure that they're all at the same length. Alright, so you're going to create a straight line like this, you're going to bring it down. Alright, create another straight line, now over here you're going to kind of like bring it down. Okay, and at the same time you're going to bring it up. Alright, over here, they kind of like at the same point right here. Okay, now I would rather put a point over here to kind of indicate that it curves like this and goes up, so at least you can kind of break up your curves. Now over here at this point, you're going to make a curve like this. Okay, and from this point right here, you are going to make a curve until over here. I would recommend again to break up the curves. Alright, so at this point I'm going to basically do a short line upwards. Okay, don't worry about this purple line as I said, we'll talk about that later part. Alright, so now you guys can pause the, let me just get it. Yep, okay, so I'm going to switch the layers. Alright, and take down lines, so yeah, you guys can just pause the video right now. Okay, right now. So alright, so once we're done with that, okay, we're gonna move on to doing this part right here, the inner part. Alright, so from this point, you're gonna bring it down a little bit, okay, and you're gonna make a sharp point like this. Okay, so you're gonna kind of do it the same thing. Okay, you're gonna make the sharp points like this. This part, it can be curved, it can be straight, it doesn't matter too much. Alright, you can kind of make this kind of patterns like this over here, like what is done is shown over here like this. You can bring it down, you can bring down the straight line again, create curved shapes like this. Now before you're going to make it down a straight line, a curve, a curve like this. Basically like you're trying to draw a claw. Alright, and you're going to make a straight line, something like this over here. We're going to bring it up, okay, and we're going to stop here. Okay, and you guys can kind of pause the video, and let me just get the nice angle. Okay, so yeah, you guys can pause the video. Remember, we start off over here. You guys can remember to switch the layers, pause the video, and take down the drawing. Alright, so once we're done with that, alright, we're gonna move on to doing this part right here, which will ultimately bring it down towards this point over here. Alright, so now over here you're going to do another straight line or slightly curved line, up to you. Okay, again you're going to bring it down something like this, can be curved, can be straight. Okay, so remember to leave a little bit of space over here. Alright, now I know if you're looking at this, you're going to kind of look like this is the part over here, but when it comes over here, you notice that this is actually the part over here. Alright, okay, now I'm going to create these sharp points over here again. Okay, because if you kind of notice, or if you go to zoom out, you kind of notice that we are kind of doing the bottom part over here. So like every creature, there's a top part of teeth and there's a bottom part. Alright, so basically what this part is going to be the bottom part. I know it doesn't look like it. When I was reference imaging this from the anime, this was somewhat like what it was shown, and when I drew this, I actually kind of saw it. Alright, the bottom part of the teeth, I saw it and I left it at this. Alright, so now we're going to do again. You're doing curve, curve, can be straight, curved, whatever patterns you like. Alright, you want to do straight, straight, curve, 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 straight, whatever you want to do. Okay, just make sure that they have sharp tips. Alright, so I'm going to make a curve like this, bring it down. Okay, and you're gonna make a big curve all the way like this. So if you really want, you can just make a point to kind of separate your two curves. Alright, now what you're gonna do, so you're gonna make it another curve like this, draw a straight line down, curve up to this point. Okay, so you guys can just pause the video right now and take down the points right here, and of course draw the lines too. Alright, so now we're going to move on to doing this part right here and be somewhat done. Alright, now this point right here, basically you have to know that it kind of follows the same pattern like this, right? Now obviously it's a bit different, but they're somewhat the same. For example, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, alright, but this curve right here kind of represents this curve right here. The sharp tip over here, the sharp tip over here, the U shape, it goes up, goes up like this, goes up like this, same thing, alright? Oops, sorry, I can't hit my pencil right there. Okay, now again what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it down like this. Alright, now if you have time following this, just go back to the original one, the so-called the left side. Alright, and they're basically kind of almost the same thing, just inversed. Alright, just the opposite, mirrored. Alright, so now at this point where you're gonna bring it down, okay, like the same thing over here. Okay, now first you make it this curved or straight. Alright, you're gonna create the same shape like this. It's a U shape. You're gonna bring it up like this, and you're gonna create a curved line until over here. Okay, so yeah, now I'll recommend you to just pause the video right now and take down this part first. Alright, okay, so once we're done with that, alright, we are almost done. Okay, basically we're going to connect on to this part, which will eventually lead to the finishing product. Alright, so now we're doing the inner part of the, basically we're doing the fur right now, and of course it's a wolf, so that's why we're trying to make everything sharp. Alright, we're trying our best to kind of make the fur sharp, and yeah, we're trying to make the fangs obviously have to be sharp, the teeth has to obviously be sharp. Alright, now from this point we're going to make a curve, okay, and make it that it's pointy. Now this part is quite easy because you're just kind of creating pointy shapes like this. Okay, curved, and kind of just curve it down again like this. Okay, make sure that it doesn't go too in, okay, but at the same time make sure that it doesn't maybe end so short. Okay, make sure that's not too quick. Okay, make sure that the lines aren't too short and they aren't too long. Okay, next we're going to create a long point over here, and again sharp points. Alright, now this lines are kind of following a pattern over here, but not everything has to be a pattern. Alright, okay, so again you're going to make a sharp point over here. Okay, this is my mistake. Alright, now over here you can either try to make them kind of connected together or just separate them. Alright, up to you. Okay, so let's do until this part, and then you guys can just pause the video. Alright, now again this part very similar to what I just said. Make sharp points. Alright, you can make them curved, you can make them sharp, curved, whatever, just make them curved like this. Alright, make sure that's pointing to this direction, so you can make it longer like this part here. You can make it kind of longer, curved like this. Fantastic, doesn't matter. Alright, just do it. Okay, so yeah, you guys can kind of pause the video right now and take down the lines over here. Remember to switch the layer. Okay, so once we're done with that, we're going to move on to the top, which is very simple. Okay, now from this point right here, what you're going to do is you're going to make a curve like this. Okay, or if you want, you can just make a straight line. I recommend a curve. Okay, since, well, this part is kind of like a curve. Okay, I mean there's no actual line that's connecting up. For example, over here. Okay, I mean this line is kind of like a curve. Alright, okay, so now from this point over here, we're going to make a curve like this over here. Alright, now from this point, okay, do not be confused by this line over here. Alright, my mistake. Okay, I should have made them a different color. I'm so sorry about that, but just follow exactly from the black color point over here. Alright, so you're gonna make it go down like this. Okay, make it go down, curved or straight, up to you. Gonna make a curved line like this, bring it down. Okay, now you're kind of following this part over here again. Alright, and you are going to bring it down to over here. Okay, basically just at this point right here, something like this. All right, so now you want to mark out how big you want this point to be. I wouldn't suggest making it too big, however. Alright, now you can either start from this point, draw a line and then kind of see it over here, or from this point you judge how big you want it to be. Alright, up to you. So you guys can pause the video right now and take down the lines. Remember to switch the layer. Alright, so once you're done with that, okay, very simply what you're going to do is that you're just going to draw a curved or straight line down. Alright, but not all the way down. Alright, don't make it go all the way down. And at the same time, okay, make sure that they both end at different points. Alright, now I know this is kind of odd to see in one of these videos, because I know in this video from the very beginning I've been stressing about the symmetry, the kind of alignment, like every line fits into somewhere. Alright, but if you're looking at this, okay, that kind of just defeats the whole purpose right here. Okay, so this point over here, it's okay, I want to say it's not really connected. I'll kind of say that it's slightly connected. All right, from this point you're going to connect down to the letter F over here. Okay, so you can draw a straight line down like this, and over here you can go and make a curve over here like this. Okay, now the same thing what you're going to do over here. So from this point you're going to make a curve that goes in a bit more. Okay, and you're going to draw another curved line. We're going to draw a straight line. Okay, and you're going to stop at that. Alright, now I'm going to do letter by letter. Alright, so you're going to stop at this point. Alright, you're going to move on to the top point right here. Now we're going to make it go down. Okay, straight line down, and just kind of, well, stop at that. Alright, now this point is kind of connected onto the letter L, so either you can just connect it on down or just stop at this point. Alright, now for this space that you've kind of created over here, you are going to draw the letter F. Alright, now simply you're going to draw a straight line like this, then it's going to go up, following on, there's a curve over here, it goes in, it goes a curved line like this. Okay, curved line, straight line. Now this part can be a straight line too, or a curved line. Alright, up to you. Now you're going to draw a curved line just like what you see over here. Okay, kind of like a straight part over here. Okay, something like this. So again, if you want, this point can kind of make a point over here to kind of break up your curves into two, and you should have the letter F right over here. So let me just try and get it. Okay, so I guess, yeah, so you can pause the video right now and kind of take down the points. Alright, okay, so once we're done with that, okay, we're going to move on to the letter L. Now I know that I'm not starting off with letter W. Of course, if you want, you can start with letter W. Okay, very simply, just from this point that you created over here, you're going to draw it down. Okay, and letter W right here. Alright, but I start off with doing from where I'm at right now. Okay, so the letter L is simply just, okay, of course not going to be completely at the same point right here, but if you kind of see, okay, it does kind of curve a little bit. Okay, you're going to extend this point a little bit forward, and you're going to draw, either you can draw a straight line or you can draw a curved line. Alright, so make a point over here like this, and it goes up over here. Okay, next you can draw a curved line that goes down like this, or simply just draw a straight line. Okay, and you're going to kind of create this sharp point right here, and if you really want, you can kind of make another point to once again break up your curve. Okay, so Now during the outline of this thing right here, you're going to create a line, something similar like this. You're going to bring it up. You are going to kind of create this point right here. Okay, next we're going to create a line. You can make it a curved line or a straight line, up to you, and bring it down. Next you're going to move on to the bottom. Very simply, you're just going to draw a curved line. Okay, and that should be the outer line of L and the outline of L. Now O is by far the simplest thing you have to do. Alright, it is so simple. It's basically just making 1, 2, 3 and 4 points, and then you're going to do the inner part, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Alright, and the outline is even easier. Basically just going to make a curve like this, go up. You should have another point. You can make it a little bit inner, a bit outer, it doesn't matter, and the curves should connect to each other. Alright, okay, so take the time, pause the video and take down the letter. Okay, now we're going to go on to the letter W. It's quite hard, I would say, but first I want to start off with doing the outer line first. Alright, so you're going to make a curve that goes down like this, or if you want, just make a straight line. Next we're going to make a curved line like this. Okay, another curved line like this. You're going to make a curve like this, curve going down, curve going like this, kind of represents this part over here. A point that goes up and a curve. Okay, now the letter W is very simple. Okay, it's just something like the outer part. Alright, kind of making this line, it goes down. Okay, kind of goes up like this, except for this one, it's going to be like this. Okay, recommend you again to put a point to strip the curve. Now this point over, you can just simply make it a curve like this, or if you want, you can break it up into a straight line, goes up like this. Okay, and it kind of just curves down. Okay, something like this, and it continues going all the way down until over here. Right, now again, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a sharp point over here. It's gonna go down, and you're gonna have this fat point over here. So you should have the letter W done. Okay, now I know this is quite hard to do, especially the letter W and the letter F. Alright, O and L isn't so hard to do, that's why I kind of merged them into one. Alright, so pause the video, remember to switch the layer, and yeah, you can take down the letter W. Okay, now once you are done with that, okay, you are almost done. Okay, you are really close to completing it. Okay, I said from this point, if you really want, you can just extend it. Okay, and letter W, it should create one point over here. Okay, and another point, it should extend it down over here. It depends mainly on how far you make your 2 points. Alright, but yeah, that should be it, right? Okay, so basically we're done with this one, we're done with this one, we're done with this one. The only thing that's missing right now is to do this, and it is just exactly, okay, it's not exactly, alright, it's kind of just doing this part without the fangs. Okay, now technically the fangs are kind of, well, this part right here, the whole thing are kind of like the fangs. Now it's either you see it or you don't. For me, I managed to see it. Okay, it's basically this part over here. Now how I saw it was basically I zoomed down and I took a look at the whole drawing, and basically I found out that this part right here was the bottom part and this was the top part right here. It's kind of also thinking about it in common sense, right? If let's say top part is the top teeth, then where's the bottom jaw? Something like that, right? Okay, simply how you're going to do this part. Alright, you want to start off from the left, you want to start off from the right. So from the video, we start off from the left, so we're going to continue with doing from the left. Okay, now for this point right here, okay, there's no exact point. If you really want, you can just take it down as this point right here. Okay, you're going to create a curve, going to be a straight line up. Okay, you're going to create another straight line, going to go down, and this is where it gets quite simple. All right, basically like what you've been doing for this majority of this video, you're creating sharp points. Okay, now how do you create sharp points? It's basically just creating triangles. Okay, because if you notice, triangles have a sharp point on either side. Now of course we're not going to connect the triangle, just going to kind of make like this. Okay, sharp point even when using a thick size brush. Alright, now of course, when you're drawing, do not use a paintbrush to draw. Alright, this is just for doing the dots. If you're going to draw, use a small size tip pen. Alright, for example the felt tip pen. No, this is quite big. Recommend you to use this at this size. Perfect. Alright, okay, so this point, what you're going to do again is you're going to bring it up. Okay, make sure that's a bit higher, and you're going to bring it down like this. Bring it down again. Make sure that they're both curved. Alright, this curved and this too is curved. Over here you're going to curve it until over here. Okay, and you're going to curve it like this. Right, next you're going to bring it down, and what you're going to do again is just going to create these sharp points. Now the sharp points can vary. Alright, if you want you can make them both kind of like curved like this, or you can kind of draw them like exactly like what you did. So for example, this point you're going to draw like this, and then goes down like this, goes up, goes down, goes something like this, and goes down. Basically you're following the top pattern. Alright, so over here kind of making these sharp points again. Okay, curved. Okay, now I first recommended you, I would recommend you to kind of use curved sharp points. Alright, so now over here is where it gets a little bit tricky. Now we're going to plot a point over here. Basically this part is going to be a U shape like this. Okay, next over here you're going to create another point like this, and you're going to go up over here. Going to go up, going to create this part over here, and from this point you're going to create something like this, a sharp point. Okay, and it's going to go up like this. Okay, so at this point right here it kind of like changes its rotation. Alright, it goes the other way around. So it's always been going like this, and then it just switches direction and goes like this. Okay, but yeah, I mean if you really want, again you can just add in another point to kind of break up the curve. But if you feel that you don't need it, then of course you don't have to plot it. Alright, but yeah, that's basically the part of it. Alright, so right now you guys can, what you can do right now is pause the video. Okay, remember to switch the layer and take down the bottom part right here. Okay, once you're done with that, you should have completed the whole drawing of Dark Wolf. Alright, so from the point where you've been pausing the videos, drawing down the lines, everything, you should have completed the outline of Dark Wolf by now. Okay, so basically now, okay, very simply, okay, so this is what you should have. Alright, basically you should have something like this, the dots over here like this, and basically, well, the drawing. Alright, now of course if you're happy with this drawing, okay, if you're happy with it. Alright, if you're not happy with it, you feel that you want to make some adjustments, then keep this layer. What you can do, hide the layer. Alright, but basically hiding layers just to compare. Alright, for me what I have to do when doing this drawing, particularly this was quite hard. Alright, especially due to some measurement issues. What I do was just hide the layer. Okay, take a look at the drawing. Okay, make sure that you zoom out. Alright, don't zoom into your drawing at one specific point. Alright, zoom out, take a look at the drawing. Is it good? Okay, does it look good just looking at it like this? Okay, if it does, then it's good enough. Alright, you don't have to zoom in all the way to one specific point. Alright, No, you can just, I mean, okay, I mean, most of you who are watching this, you aren't, that okay, you aren't at a professional level of drawing yet, right? You're beginners who, just want to learn how to draw, and this is really, really hard to do. Alright, trust me, I've done this a couple of times. It took me a long time to do this, but finally I did this. Alright, now doing this always been, well, I mean, one of my dreams, right, to complete this drawing right here. Okay, now we're gonna do the colors. Okay, so only if you are happy with this drawing, you're gonna delete this layer, the guides layer, and you're gonna have the masterpiece layer right here. You're gonna create a new layer. You're gonna put this layer below the wolf drawing layer right here, and you're gonna go back to your wolf drawing layer, and that's all. Okay, the other layer I'm gonna explain it later. Okay, now time to explain why I kind of did this line over here. So now you've seen the thumbnail. It's pretty weird, right? That you have this white color part over here. Most of my drawings, I kind of never really showed that so much white inside the drawing. Alright, so okay, now basically black, right? Okay, gonna be the inner part right here like this, gonna be the whole thing. Okay, and okay, now for example, when I click it over here, okay, it kind of spills out, right? If I didn't have this line over here, it will spill out everywhere. Okay, that's basically one of the main reasons why I kind of have to, keep this part open. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do the color right now. So very simply, alright, we're gonna start off from the tip of the triangle right here, and you're gonna draw, and you should have something like this. Alright, now there's 2 points over here. I like to call them the tubes, alright, because they kind of connects down to the letter wolf over here, which is again your second point. Alright, now remember all this that we're doing right now. Okay, so let's hide this layer first. Sorry. Now once again, you are going to do the outer part over here and the inner part of the letter O. Alright, so you should have something like this so far. Okay, next you're going to do this part right here, this part. Now that's basically why I kind of broke it up. Alright, now because when I was doing this drawing, apparently at some point over here, okay, I was unable to figure out where, but you can see that there's some differences in color, like this is bold, okay, and this isn't. Now basically because somewhere over here I'm suspecting this point and this point there was supposedly a crack. Okay, now I don't call them a crack, you can call them a gap, whatever. Alright, but they're basically these tiny little pieces in a drawing that it's broken off, or you just didn't draw them, that basically just let's say color spill, right? Because if happens that there's actually a color spill somewhere, okay, the color will spill onto the outside. If I hadn't drawn this line, it will spill onto the whole canvas. And not to mention that I'm using black, okay, and well, I mean the lines all in black in color, you can't exactly pinpoint. What you need to do, you need to switch it to a lighter color, and yeah, well, I mean, you kind of have to pinpoint exactly where. Now, of course, if you're doing this on paper, I wouldn't actually think this is going to be too much of a problem for you, because, I mean, you are the one who's, drawing it, coloring it, right? So, this advice only kind of like, I'm directing this advice, this tip to those who are doing it on a device, right? Now, at this point, again, you're going to bring it down, and it's going to connect on to everywhere. Alright, okay, and this, okay, alright, don't get too shocked if this happens. Alright, this is exactly what we want to happen. Now at this point over here, it's going to connect on. Now a point where some of you may feel a little bit confused doing this. Now you could ask yourself, why didn't I just do one line and do one line? saves us the trouble, you can, but again I'll recommend you using 2 point, because just in case there's a point over here that's cracked. Alright, I'm not saying that this will happen, I'm just saying just in case. Alright, and vice versa. Alright, you will have sort of like an additional backup line. Alright, that kind of prevents everything from going haywire. Okay, because this drawing really, for some reason, I did do a lot of broken lines and everything, right? So putting myself in the shoes of those of you who are watching, I hope that this doesn't happen to you, the gaps, the cracks, whatever you want to call it. But if it does, then having the additional lines right there will actually help you a lot, trust me. Alright, next you're gonna create this part where you're black, and well, yeah, you are basically kind of done. Okay, so yeah, now why did I create these two lines, this purple color line, this purple color line? Very simply. Alright, now first let me explain to you newcomers. Okay, what this, okay, remember I put a bottom layer down here. What this layer is all about, basically this layer is to create an aura. So if you see in the thumbnail, you will see the outline of it like a purplish color kind of thing. That's basically what this layer does, right? It kind of creates the background and the aura. Okay, so now what to do for the aura is very simple. Okay, now I want to make this part white over here, right? Okay, if I just leave it like this, okay, let's say now the brush that I'm using, it's pencil pal. Okay, color editor. Okay, now for Dark Wolf, for those of you who actually watched the anime Beyblade, you will know that it's kind of pinkish in color, so I'm gonna make it bright. Okay, now note that I'm doing this on the bottom layer, the aura layer right here. You see what I mean? It spills in over here like this. And now, not all of us have such steady hands, right? That, for example, over here, okay, this black part over here, just look at my mouse, alright? It goes in and it's buried in there, alright? It's overlapped. So this black color portion over here overlaps the pinkish color portion over here. But this part over here, there isn't any filling, alright? There's no color filling over here. That's the problem. But don't worry, okay? Basically what we're going to do is we're going to make it white. Okay, and now very important, take note of the color that you're using over here. Now this, I didn't just choose purple because I felt like it. Alright, no, this color right here, you got to take note of it, because this color is going to basically be your background color. Okay, so that's very important note. Now the white color, okay, make sure that you're correct layer, right? Because this is quite important, because if you're on the wrong layer, like over here, okay, note that it's white, your canvas is white, it's gonna be camouflaging, and if you don't notice it on time, you continue doing other things, it's gonna be too late for you guys to recognize. So you need to be sure that you're using the correct layer, this layer right here. Okay, make sure that your color is white. Yep, okay, and you're going to use the fill option over here. Okay, you should notice that it kind of, okay, let's go back one time. All right, okay, you should notice this part over here. Okay, so it goes on everywhere, it should fill up. Okay, it should go up in this point. All right, yeah, so basically you just need to do one click, that's all. Because for example, I clicked it over here, it goes up over here, goes down, goes in like this, it goes, and of course this point over here, okay, goes like this, and it goes in. Now for the wolf, you have to do it too. So WOLF. Okay, so you've done this, and yeah, you should be good. Of course, oh yes, I almost forgot the fangs. This one not really because it's kind of blank. And yeah, okay, so everything should be accounted for. Okay, that should go all the way. Just make sure that all the white spots in this picture with the white spots over here, just make sure that they're all filled with white. Okay, so we were to do the exact same thing that we're doing just now. Okay, the bottom layer again. Color was bright pink. Alright, the brush was pencil pale, not fill. Let's see what's going to happen right now. Bam, look at my mouse over here, the cursor. It's inside and I am clicking it down. Okay, I am clicking it down and nothing's happening. If I were to hide the layer right here, bam, and if this happens, you know that it's working. Alright, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, so okay, yeah, correct. Now very simply what you're gonna do, okay, is start off at any point. So I'm starting off over here. Let's just say I want to start off over here. If I want to start off at the tip of the triangle, which is kind of recommended, alright, because that's where we started off this whole drawing with, then go ahead too. Alright, it doesn't matter where you start off as long as it's somewhere. Alright, because this process right now, the aura layer process, is by far the simplest thing to do. It's simple, but it takes a long time. Okay, because we're gonna do the entire part over here. We go in like this, goes. Okay, make sure that, okay, even though if it comes in a little bit also over here, you won't even see it. Alright, so it doesn't matter. You must go in over here like this. Alright, so basically like what it suggests, the aura. Okay, just doing the outer part of it only. Alright, so yeah, I'll come back to you guys with the completed aura work. Alright. Alright guys, so I'm here with the completed work. Alright, almost there. Okay, we're not really completed it yet, but we've done the aura right here. So you should have just something like this. Okay, now to do the background, I know that most of my videos I usually do a black background, and as I always say, is to bring out the effects of the aura. But in this case it's going to be quite special because, you know, well, most of it's already black, so I wanted to add in like a new color. I didn't want it to feel too, you know, too much of the color black. I want to add in new colors, right? So what I did was that I had this color. It's almost black, okay, but it's somewhat purplish too. Okay, now, or if you really want, okay, the color that you know, I have over here. Okay, if you want, you can just take it down. Let me just get a nice view. Yeah. Okay, this is the color scheme over here. Okay, but in general, if you really want to know, it's basically just dark purple. Alright. Okay, so what you can do, okay, make sure you're using the same layer. Alright, this layer right here. Okay, you're going to use the fill option, and you should have something like this, or okay, and max, I think this should be good. Okay, now you don't want to make it too bright too, because you know this bright and you're going to add in more bright, it kind of camouflages. Maybe like this. Okay, let's try it like this. Yeah, okay, this is good, but of course, you know, the darker the better. So yeah, let's make it darker a little bit. Yeah, okay, I think this is good. Okay, now something you need to know about this app. All right, so layers, okay, I won't really talk so much about it. If I really want, I can make a video all about it. All right, but just the brief version of it. Layers are really confusing to know, right? Because it may seem like a layer is completely white in color, okay, but if you use the fill option right here, you think that because we're using this in a the bottom layer, it should only do everything from the bottom, right? But let's say you didn't use the fill option over here. Okay, you didn't fill this part over here with white. Okay, including this part and including the effects. You don't fill it with white. There'll be two things that's gonna happen. first, of course, you know, this part will get inside a little bit, but if you really want, you can avoid it with very steady hands. So especially when it comes to this part right here, you have to be extremely steady. All right. Now, the another part that you cannot avoid, okay, which is why it's really imperative to use the fill white option over here, is that when you fill this part over here with whatever purple that you're using, it kind of blends in. Okay, so the purple just doesn't just stop over here, the outer part over here. It goes in, it fills in the white parts over here, and yeah, okay, it only fills in the white part, because apparently if you didn't use the fill option right here, it takes it that there's no color to overlap it. So in a sense, there is no white color to overlap the bottom layer purple color. Okay, now if I find this really confusing, don't worry. Okay, I can make a video all about layers. Okay, they'll be under a drawing guidance help. Okay, but yeah, that's basically it. All right, so remember to use the fill white option over here. Okay, the fangs basically where it's white. Okay, so that's basically how you draw Dark Wolf from Beyblade. Okay, now if this video actually helped you to draw Dark Wolf, then please remember to leave a like, and if you're new to this channel, then please subscribe, as you will help my channel to grow. Now, I understand that this drawing here is really difficult, so on the screen right now should be my Instagram account. Of course, you can just go down to the description, the link should be right there. What you can do if you face any trouble is that you can send me your drawing together with the questions, remember, together with the questions, to my Instagram account, and I should be able to reply to you within a day. Okay, I'm not saying I will, I should be able to. Alright, it may take me 2 days, 3 days, but at max it should take me a week to respond to you. Alright, so yeah, I guess right now on the screen there will be some videos, so yeah, you can just go ahead and click on any one of them. Okay, yeah, so you notice that on the screen there's actually the Pokemon playlist. Really recommend it. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.